Sub-Zero wins. Fatality.
What's happening, guys? So, full time, Arsenal 3, Manchester United 2. And I must say, I am impressed with how we kept grinding and grinding and grinding to get the must win that we needed, because we were only 2 points ahead of Manchester City. Well, 3 points at the time, with it being 2-2 draw. And we pulled away and got the winner and got all 3 points. So let's talk about this, because this was very important. I'm sick of them sweatsuits and them corny hats. Let's talk about it. So, you had Manchester United that came into this game, and I'm not going to just say it's just the fans, but I do think that overall, Manchester United got too cocky, and they felt that they were going to come into this game and get 3 points. And with this whole talk of, Casemiro being suspended, Ten Hag's already said, and I've said it myself, that the beaters when they didn't have him anyway. So, realistically, Man United have got no excuse. If Man United want to use, if the fans and everything like that want to use the fact that they had no Casemiro as an excuse for not winning this game, then it just goes to show you that they're a one-man team. That's basically it. If Manchester United fans want to try and climb on that train of we had no Casemiro, then you're a one-man team then. Because when you didn't have him, you couldn't go to Emirates and win. You know what I mean? So what's it to be? You know what I mean? Anyways, I ain't going to talk too much about that side of the thing. Main factor is we beat you lot. We beat Manchester United 3-2 at Emirates. They came Emirates again, couldn't win. It was a game. The pressure was on us. There wasn't really pressure on them, because even though they're on this run of where they're beating a load of bum teams, right? In the meantime, you know what I mean? The pressure wasn't on them to come Emirates and, it's the end all and be all for Man United. You know what I mean? Because top four is what they're fighting for, and they're not expected to be in the title race, even though technically they kind of was for a little bit, right? But the pressure was on us, because City won today early on before we played. We had to then win to pull that 5 points difference with a game in hand still. You know what I mean? So pressure was on us. You know what I mean? And the goal that we conceded, we'll talk about the first goal. Rashford nutmegging Partey. That obviously got United fans, wanting to suck off Rashford now, because I remember when United fans was sick of Rashford. I remember that. You know what I mean? And he scored the goal, and it was a good goal. You know what I mean? It was a sick goal. You know what I mean? He went past our best DM, nutmegged our best DM, and went on to score. He should never have got that space, because conceding a goal like that against Manchester United, right? What happens when we play Man City? Now, say what you want about how Man City are this season. They're still better than Man United. You know what I mean? And they've still got superior players than what Man United have. So if Rashford could do that, and I'm not saying Rashford's a poor player, but if Rashford can do that to us, when it comes to us playing Man City now, we've seen them open up teams like a can of worms, and then goals start flying in. We've seen that. So that worries me. Because we were a bit shaky until... Basically, I'll probably say until a bit before we conceded, and then going on from that, we started being able to compose ourselves a little bit more. And then our equaliser, man like Nketiah, you get me? Man like Eddie Nketiah. That Nketiah is filled in the place of Gabriel Jesus so far, man. He has. So you look at it and you think, we've got Jesus to still come back into this team. You know what I mean? It makes it exciting. You know what I mean? Get the equaliser. I didn't want to cheer too much, because I thought, it's 1-1. It might even stay like this. But I knew United would score first anyway in this game. I looked at it and I was like, just regroup. Get everyone back together. Just keep going on. And then we went 2-1 in front after in the second half. What a goal it was from Saka. I mean, honestly, that was a big goal. Some might say De Gea should have saved it, but you know, it's maybe he had to play in front of him or something. But it was, to be honest, no, I don't think De Gea would have got to that, because Saka had a second shot, which was a pretty much similar thing, and he didn't even dive for it this time. He just like went on one knee and just watched it go past him, and it hit the post. You know what I mean? So Man United were getting beat by that same kind of shot again. You can see why they lost 6-3 to Man City when they went Etihad now, can't you? You know what I mean? Because lightning could have struck twice with that shot from Saka. Went 2-1 in front, and then I just knew when we went 2-1 in front, I knew 2-2 would come about. I just knew it, because you know United had a corner, then bam, Lissandro, 5'9". You know, so he's small for a defender, for a centre back, in my opinion. That's small. Under 6 foot is small for a centre back. That's my personal opinion. And he goes and gets a diving header, pretty much, that loops into the goal. Unlucky Arsenal. But then we kept grinding, and we kept grinding, and we kept grinding, and it reminded me of the Liverpool game when we won 3-2 at Emirates. We kept grinding. You know what I mean? We just kept grinding. And then eventually we got the winner. Now, De Gea made a good save before we got the winner. Well, I wouldn't say it's a good save, but I could say a good save for him, because he does have the tendencies to be a Spanish Hugo Lloris. You know what I mean? But it was straight at him, really. I mean, I'd say Nketiah should have done better. Maybe I won't go that harsh on De Gea, but we got the winner. VAR checked it, and Zinchenko was in an offside position from what I remember seeing. He was actually offside for the initial pass that went to him. But VAR only checked Nketiah, and Nketiah was onside. So I'd say it's payback from Martinelli's goal that was ruled out at Old Trafford. Because Martinelli should be on, 8 goals this season? But he's on 7. He was robbed a goal at Old Trafford. But it's what happens when you go Old Trafford. You know what I mean? So they came Emirates, and they could say they got robbed or whatever. I'm going to watch the United fan channels. I just want to hear what their excuse is for going to Arsenal and not winning. Because after the World Cup, they came back, beat a load of bums. You know what I mean? They beat teams that they should beat, right? And then, yeah, they beat Man City, but they were at home. Man United were at home, and Man City is struggling. So, looking at United's form, I would have expected United to win that game anyway, which I did expect them to win that game. You know what I mean? Came up against a good team, and look what they did. They went Etihad and got slaughtered. Came Emirates, lost. So what's going to happen when they go Anfield, when they go Stamford Bridge? No, they went Stamford Bridge already. You know what I mean? When it comes to some of them away games, I mean, we saw what Brentford did to them. But you see, when Arsenal went that 22 game unbeaten run back in 18-19 season, Unai Emery's first season, the narrative was we haven't beaten anybody. We're just beating bums. We're beating teams that we should be beating. That's exactly what United did. United beat the teams they should have been beating. They came Emirates and fell short. You know what I mean? So, United fans can eat it up. You got cocky again. You know what I mean? And you thought that, oh, well, we end Arsenal's runs all the time. You know what I mean? But, you know, you man aren't aware of your record at Emirates. You only won twice there since Fergie retired. In the league. You know what I mean? You haven't even won at Emirates when you've kept a clean sheet. You know what I mean? Our record at Old Trafford's poor. But the funny thing about our record at Old Trafford is whenever we do win there, we keep a clean sheet in the league. The 2-1 in 2015 was like the only time since the Premier League era, even though it was an FA Cup competition, that we've won there by more than one goal and we conceded. Otherwise, when we win at Old Trafford, it tends to be a clean sheet that we keep. Weird, I know, but that's how it is. But back to this game, because I don't want to talk about the past and whatever. well, let me talk about Trossard actually. He came on and he was ripping into I think it was like the last like minute or something like that. And we got the ball down, and he was in there. He was kind of ripping through them players. You know what I mean? They couldn't handle him. You know what I mean? Because they see, well, Martinelli, they knew what they were dealing with, and I'm thinking that Martinelli is becoming a little bit too predictable now. I think defenders know what he's going to do, know what he wants to do, and I don't think his flair is not the same as what Saka's is. Because Saka, the goal that Saka scored tonight, you know what I mean? Martinelli won't get that space, right? Martinelli's going to have to work harder to get that kind of space. Because teams just know. They just know. But with Saka, he has a way of getting around it. You know what I mean? There's a way of getting around it. But I think Martinelli, he's becoming a little bit predictable. I'm not saying he's poor, but, you know, if I wasn't an Arsenal fan and Martinelli's playing against... Oh, let's just say if Martinelli wasn't an Arsenal player and he's playing against us, I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, come on now, you know what this guy's going to do. You know what I mean? But I would have made that sub as well. I would have took Martinelli off and got Trossard on. And that's what Arteta did. And we saw out the game. In fact, no, he played a role in that goal happening, actually. I'm sure he played the role. Anyways, yeah. So next game is FA Cup action, and we go to Manchester City. Now, I'm looking at that game and I'm thinking to myself, you know, we're gonna end up playing most of the first teamers in that game. It's gonna be a no-brainer. City might just not play Haaland. That'll probably be and they might change the goalkeeper. That might be the only difference that they make, really. But I would expect Trossard to start that game. And it's going to be interesting because if we knock them out of the FA Cup, it's going to be interesting when we meet him again, because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I don't think that if Arsenal were to win, knock them out of the FA Cup, I don't think we'll do a double over them in the league as well. But you never know. But I'm looking at the Emirates one, the Emirates fixture, especially against Man City, and I'm thinking, no, that I'm not taking a draw. You know what I mean? Just get the win. So yeah, and the game after that is back to Premier League action, and we go to Goodison Park, which I am more worried about than I was for this game, because I know what's going to happen. Everton are going to play how they should have been playing all season. That's what's going to happen. I'm surprised I haven't sacked Lampard yet and got someone in time for that game. But yeah, let me know what you guys think anyway. You know what I mean? 3 points, 3-2 win, 5 points clear at the top of the table with a game in hand, which our game in hand is Everton at home, which I don't know when we're playing yet. We don't know when that's going to get played. But yeah, United fans, maybe next season. You know what I mean? Maybe next season you might do something. You never know. You might win the League Cup. You know what I mean? It's probably yours to lose anyway. You might even win the FA Cup. For all we know, you might fucking go on and win the league. You never know. You might win the quadruple. You're still in all the competitions. You might win the quadruple. You know, but the Europa League. You know what I mean? You never know. But you man better win something this season. The way you man have been going on. You know what I mean? You man better pray Arsenal don't win the league. And you man better pray Arsenal don't win the league and you man win something. Because if Arsenal win the league this season, Man U win nothing this season. And even if Man U win something, understand, you know what I mean? You're gonna listen to Arsenal fans for a good while, at least until you lot win the league again. You're gonna listen to us. You're gonna hear us. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which, you know, if I don't make any other video, it'll be the match preview for the FA Cup fixture, FA Cup clash with Manchester City at the Etihad. I'll see you guys then. Peace.